being here. Really appreciate it. So, see all we got. Welcome on Ileana, Surreal, Big Brantler. Welcome on You're a Squid now. Welcome on, glad to have you. Welcome on Zandik, glad to have you. Welcome on Suitable, Frazumari. Sophia Yuki, thank you for the follow. Glad to check. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Who else we got? Surreal, Fine Point, glad to have you. Happy heckin' Tuesday. Honestly, I'm still like, I know it's like only a temporary thing, but I'm still thrown off by like the fact that Guan. By the fact that I got two greetings. Let's go. It's been a day. It has been a day and a half. Let's just move over to the art. We're doing art today. I'm just, it's like it wasn't even like a bad day. It was just a tiring day more than anything. We've got why is this in a minor key? But yeah, no. I was so my normal drive to work at in the morning. If I leave at the time because I left a little bit early to avoid traffic. But please hydrate. So usually it takes me like 30 minutes to get to work. Today it took me an hour and 15 minutes. I spent longer in traffic. Welcome on in, Canethius? Forgive me if I've messed it up. Welcome on, though. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. But you know, I spent longer in traffic than I did actually driving. So, brain doing the big deep fry right now. Had my first commute in a while today. Ooh, nice. Congratulations on your new job, by the way. Although it sounds like it's boring, but like in my opinion, boring is like an upside. Like that's a attribute that's good for work. Okay, glad to hear it. If I may ask, how did you find the stream? I was kind of interested to know, because like I do know I need to post stuff to other platforms. I need to basically post everything to Instagram and YouTube that I have on TikTok, because screw TikTok. Although like I guess I can't give up on the platform just yet, considering it's gonna get banned soon. So there you go. Next couple of days are gonna be interesting. Well, fair enough. But yeah, no. I'm just kind of vibing. Just trying to get through days, get through the work day. But you know, so like it was one of those things where it's like like I was like, okay, you know, I'm gonna leave a little bit early so we can avoid traffic. Immediately, like 5 minutes from where I live, a fucking backup of traffic that lasted for literally 10 miles and took 45 minutes. I'm like, well, I almost didn't have the time to stream tonight, because like I literally got home and like I specifically like timed a DoorDash delivery so that way I had food at home and didn't have to like reheat old stuff. So it's like, you know, I guess I'm just glad to be here. Hurricane moving in, and we're already in a flash flood warning. It's supposed to hit tomorrow or Thursday morning. Okay, be sure to stay safe. Although, like, I don't necessarily know how safe you can actively be with a hurricane. There we go. That's good. That's a good audio balance moment. But yeah, no. I remember, if you ever feel worthless, then you're not good at anything, just remember the bus system exists in North America. Well, to be fair, that's because it's like actively being hamstrung by the car corporation. At least you got home safe. Yeah, that's the good thing. It's just been like one of those days. It's like not been bad, just very tiring. Popping in real quick before my club meeting to cheer you on your. Well, thank you so much. Welcome on, Jaren. Glad to have you, Sweet Pete. Can one of my mods get a shout out for Jaren? I'm just doing some line art cleanup, because there's certain things about my line art that are annoying me. But yeah, mostly like line thickness stuff. Like I should probably thin out the brow lines a little bit. I did some of the stuff off screen right before stream started, because I'm just like, I don't want to look at it. I'm looking at this and I'm like, I'm just gonna have to do the entire tail again from scratch. But I guess I'm not too surprised. I will say I've also learned how to use Clip Studio Paint a little bit better, because basically 2 hours yesterday I spent working on some debut stuff for the new model, which was basically just 2 hours in Clip Studio Paint trying to make like an announcement post that like I thought looked good. And I think I'm mostly there. I just need to add a little bit of text. and then it'll be good. It'll be good. But like before that, I'm like, you know, I'm basically like perpetually not happy with it. What's up, Chris?
Where the rats?
It's time for a fun StarkyMorph fact. Did you know that Starky has 3 active arrest warrants? That
Only 3? Wow, I need to step my game up, man. Upgrades, people, upgrades. Where is Crisp? Wait, did Crisp not... Streamer bot? Wait, no, that's on BikuBot. BikuBot, why the fuck? Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay. Crisp did not show up. Yeah, I see that now. Accounts. Connect. Oh, I think it's I know why it didn't work. Let me see if that fixes it. Fuck. Okay. Checks. View? No. Not docs, tools. WebSocket server settings. IP address. Appears that an output is currently active. Yes. Listen, if you manage to hack in here, I'm gonna be surprised. I don't think I have any sources visible that you can see. What do you mean? It was unsuccessful. What in God's green earth? Oh, for fuck's sakes, wait. I think I know. Because it's using the old version. Welcome on to Magic. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Tools. 4455. Oh, I see what's happening. For fuck's sakes. There we... Okay, I fixed it. Fixed. It should be fixed now. Chris was taking a smoke break. Chris was briefly incorporeal. He should be returned to this material plane. Sorry about that. It's because I was messing around with things to make sure that the shutboard and other so basically the reason. Okay, welcome on Cam. Cool, glad to have you, Sweet Bean. A little bit of behind the scenes stuff on like me fixing stream bugs and why I sometimes lose my fucking mind with this shit. So I was like, okay, why, you know, for whatever reason, StreamerBot isn't connecting to OBS, which is how it's like basically Chris went to the store for milk and cigarettes and never came back. It's like, so it's connected to OBS, and that's basically, it makes certain sources visible and invisible, and that's how the board works. For whatever reason, it wasn't connecting to OBS. So I looked, and even though it was working like last week, like it was working last Tuesday when I checked this like web hookup connections to make sure they were like using the same like port, it was off by 1, and I don't know what changed. It's just like it just broke, and like at that point I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, who cares, man. I'm too tired to give a shit anymore. Okay, now I need to actually like draw a consistent fit. Like, wait, what's up, Chris?
fun fact for everyone. If you want an easy arrest warrant, you will need 1 canister worth of gas, a lighter, and an Arby's near you. Step 1, take
this
gas
will be on the
and pour it in
test.
a puddle at the Arby's. Step 2, set the gas on fire. Step 3, flee the scene of the crime before the cops arrive. Good job, you now have an arrest warrant.
Why specifically Arby's, if I can ask? Chris, what do you have against Arby's? What did they do? Like they're fine. They're like mediocre. It's too expensive for what it is. But like, it's not like a Waffle House where like it knows what it is and it accepts the punishment that it gets from God. I do feel bad because like Waffle House employees are actually like they hate the fact that they're used as a standard for like how bad a storm is. Name one good thing of the Arby's menu that's worth the money. That's the problem isn't the quality of the food. The problem is that it's too fucking expensive for what it is. If you slashed all of Arby's prices in half, they would be reasonable. The problem with Arby's is not the like actual food. My Arby's sucks. Staff is full of clowns. I know how dirty. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that also makes sense. To be fair, I also imagine that's like every fast food place. But then how would you pay the execs and the MBAs? What if they just starved? What if the people who already have billions of dollars just starved for money? We just didn't give them any more money. Better yet, what if we took their money? My patients fucking check off your Starky bingo card. Complains about capitalism, but like, you know. I think also part of this is like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, it's good, but it's not really like, because like it's the thing with like snap hair is it's almost like it's almost like spikes, where it's like, because it's like it basically like sticks straight out from the tail. Why is it sometimes? Why is I sometimes give additional or freebies in my store? It's going to be tossed around, tossed anyway, so why not? Yeah. I think part of why, you know what, part of why it might be doing this, I think I need to round my triangles a little bit more. Because my triangles are just a touch too spiky. Let me try cooking. I did not cook. We're not cooking. Tell no one Starky about the 1 pixel gap in the redacted part of the drawing. When color, it will be funny waste of time finding the 1 pixel gap. Here's the thing. That was basically me yesterday. So I've already gotten the skill of figuring out where the 1 pixel gap is. Maybe I just want to do like a bunch of tiny little spikes. Maybe that's the sauce. Maybe this is the cook. There we go. Order 12 packs of Cinnabon 5 minutes before close. Congrats, you get the rest of the pack, which contain a lot sometimes, but I didn't throw them away. You know what? Fair enough. I respect it. Okay. We're cooking. We're cooking. The line work do be cooking. But yeah, how was everyone's weekend? Sorry, I got distracted immediately getting the art. How was everyone's weekend? I try to remember what I actually did this weekend. I went to I basically did groceries, cooking. Like that was basically all of Saturday. Or no. The groceries were Saturday. I know with like, my grandparents, which I was expecting to get. Like my grandparents are getting on in years, so like part of me was like, I should probably still spend time with them, even though sometimes the experiences have been pretty negative. But I'm like, okay, you know what? You probably still at least spend a little bit of time with them, just that way, like, I can die with a clear conscience. At the point of not caring anymore, it doesn't really affect anything. I don't like wasting food or only tossing it if expired. Yeah. I mean, I think that's like the fairest way to do it, honestly. But yeah, admittedly, we did go to Olive Garden, and Olive Garden is like the most it's fine food of all time. It's fine. It's not bad. It's too expensive for like it's like the Arby's thing. It's too expensive for what it is. Bro, Starky, I've got to go to the movies with the family. I never got to shower because my alarm never went off when I took a nap. Do you have any 5-second advice? Deodorant. Deodorant and a quick hair wash if you can afford it. Those are like going to be the two things people notice if you skip taking a shower. Olive Garden for when you just don't want to try anymore. Basically. That's more or less like that. That is basically a perfect encapsulation of Olive Gardens. Which with deodorant, you might speak with a weird axe scent. I've ever been to Olive Garden. Am I missing out? No, not at all. Just like go to like any local Italian place and then tip them like an extra $15 per plate, and you've got the Olive Garden experience. Like find the most like 3 out of 5 stars Italian place you can possibly manage, and that's more or less the Olive Garden experience. Chili's is like Olive Garden, but it's decent instead of being mid. Everything is just various flavors of Applebee. Olive Garden's Italian Applebee's, Chili's is Mexican Applebee's. I love that post because like there was just a lady being like, yeah, here's the Applebee's status of various restaurants. If you want 5,000% the daily carbs, Olive Garden. Yeah. Okay, if you've ever been because I recently went to a Buca, if you've been to a Buca di Beppo, imagine a Buca di Beppo except they serve you reasonable portions and also it costs about as much. I've only ever been to small Italian restaurants, family owned. That's the way to go, honestly. That's where you get the good Italian food. Welcome on Ocean. I'm glad to have you sweeping. But yeah, no, Ocean Applebee's. No, not Applebee's. Olive Garden. It's fine. It exists. It sure does. I don't know why my grandparents insist on going there though. Like low key, because there's an Italian place. Like I've been spoiled by good Italian food because there's this Italian place near where I live that's run by like a little, like an Italian immigrant like nana, and the food there is so fucking good. So I'm like, I'm like, why? My Aussie coworker keeps calling it Olive's Garden. Oh, if so, I wonder if Applebee's just tastes better if you're over 60 years old. Honestly, that might be the case. I'm also convinced that no one from the boomer generation, I'm convinced that one of the lead paint side effects is it fucked up their sense of taste. Because I feel like nowadays every person I meet is like, yeah, no, I can handle at least a little bit of spice. Whereas I've never met a boomer that's like, yes, I would like it spicy, please. We need a good fish restaurant. There's luckily a Japanese place talking about handling spice. There's a very lovely Japanese place near where I live that I try to eat to about once a week. Usually when I go for groceries. And that's usually where I get lunch during my grocery days. There we go. What is this? Afro Circus, I like to move it music video. But yeah, no. So I'm like, welcome on Magic. I could have you sweeping. I'm like, I don't know. It's yeah. I feel like it's very boomer core. I don't know. I guess there's something to be said about consistency, but I'm also nowadays I'm of the opinion that if food tastes the exact same, regardless of where you're at, like if I go to like two different chains and it tastes the same every single time, and there's not like a day that's particularly good or particularly bad, I don't think that's real food anymore. I'm gonna be honest. For me, not a lot of options. Did have a Long John Silver's, but the fish is like 50% batter, 40% fish, 10% immediate regret. For me, Long John Silver's is very much a like holiday thing. Because like the way my family celebrates Christmas is like there's this like very old traditional Polish like celebration method for the longest time. That like it like involves like this sauerkraut and like mushroom and potato stew, fish, like oh, I believe it's called oplatki. It's basically like unleavened bread. So what are those like communion wafer kind of dealio, and then it's one of the traditional apparently Christmas ways of celebrating, or one of the methods of celebrating Christmas in Polish was with fish. So every year we would have like a bunch of Long John Silvers. So for me, even though I know it's bad fish, it's like it is like one of the few positive memories I actually take from Christmas. I want pierogies now. Pierogies are good. Actually, no, and the fish tacos using the Taco Bell ingredients as the properties of little fish, but on their own, they're quite overfilling. I don't think I've ever had fish at a Taco Bell. I feel like I would not trust it. But yeah, so like that was Saturday was groceries and then grandparents. Um, Fish tacos are great. I love they're low-key. Fish tacos are my favorite form of taco. I just can't really have them often here, unfortunately. Would fish pierogies work? No, no, they would not. Pierogies are traditionally very heavy, and fish really like when you're making a fish dish, you really value freshness. There's a reason that like fish and chips, I think, is like the only preparation of fish around the globe where it's usually paired with potatoes. And they're at a fish taco, the one Mexican place I know didn't do them. To be fair, fish tacos are also very much like they're Tex-Mex as opposed to like Mexican. Because like the when I think fish taco, my brain's immediately like California. Like the fried the like you take a cod and then you like batter fry it. But yeah, I work for TB. Talk about Long John Silver's used to talk about stuff when they served those fish tacos back in the day when they stopped being owned by the Taco Bell's parent company. They just slapped coleslaw on them and called it a day. Keep up when you get. Honestly, I love fish, but I'm also like very picky about my fish. Like I'm very very picky. Basically the only time I ever eat fish is like if I know it's like fresh caught and then immediately frozen, because that like preserves a lot of the flavor and quality. Uh, or if I know the restaurant is trustworthy with fish, at which point, yeah, I'm gonna eat a fuck ton of raw fish. But yeah, what's your opinion on sashimi? Delicious, delicious, but not. Sashimi is like I need to be in the right mood for it. Like for me, the ideal sashimi day is like it's like spring leading into summer or summer leading into fall when it's like just a little bit warm and you're like I just want something nice light that's not gonna like sit in my stomach but like I do want something a bit more substantial and like at that point you're like oh yeah sashimi is like the fucking is that's the good shit. I got $75 worth of pastries yesterday from a local bakery on Grubhub yesterday, so I got that's a lot of food. But yeah, On the topic of actually, I did prep fish this week. To be fair, the fish I prepped was it was shrimp, and it is the worst of the two dishes I made this week. No, that's good come. I remember Shoni said some bomb, mostly fresh cotton catfish. Unfortunately, I don't think you can really do freshwater fish as sashimi, or at least you can't do anything other than a whitefish. My question is, sorry, I cannot think of a different way to word it. Do you slurp or chomp the sashimi to eat it? You eat the sashimi in one bite. You don't risk destroying the stability of the rice by like nibbling at your sashimi. If that's kind of what you're hinting at. Because if sashimi has no rice, oh, okay, never mind. Wait, is it? What's the one that sashimi is the one that? Okay, yeah, that is the one that doesn't have rice. I prefer the version that has rice. Nigiri, yeah, that's it. This sashimi is just a fish. Okay, so yeah. I mean, you just put it in your mouth. What are you talking about? You slurp or chomp it? You just open up mouth, chopsticks. And then you just nigiri is the sushi without the seaweed wrap. Well, nigiri is very specifically, because it is. There are versions of nigiri that do use the seaweed. Basically, it depends on the structural integrity of the thing being put on there. So, you know, for example, the eel nigiri I usually get, which I love to bits, because I'm a fucking absolute simp for good eel. Bad eel makes me want to die. Good eel is the best shit on earth. Like, sushi is supposed to be eaten in a single bite, yeah. I've had raw horse sashimi in Osaka. It was good. I'd believe that. I'm hoping this looks good. I feel like it looks like ass. I've seen people chomp and chew the bigger sashimi bits. You're supposed to put the entire thing in your mouth and eat it with your like. Were they eating it with their mouth open? It's like that definitely does not like. I can't imagine that gels with like, you know, Japan's like politeness culture. Am I going overkill on the fluff? Nah, surely not. Narrator's notes. He absolutely was going overkill on the fluff. Have you seen this shit? Welcome on in, Red. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. No such thing. I'm just like, for whatever reason, I guess to be fair, like, probably some amount of it's like the lack of texture. Like the stuff like that. Just like a minor like kind of indicators to like basically imply that the fluff doesn't just exist in the line work. Like detailing stuff like that. But yeah, no, can we shout for redesigned CG, by the way? Very Sweet Bean. I was lurking in some of your streams. The Durg is looking super good already. They held the sashimi with chopsticks, took a bite out of it like a madman on a Kit Kat and chewed it. Oh, that's... I'm like, nah, that's... Here's the thing. Like, I'm aware that, like, there are certain certain traditional, like, eating customs in Japan that, like, not everyone's gonna follow. But, like, that's just strange, man. Just put the entire... The fish is meant to be eaten in one bite. It's literally cut to exactly that size. You did miss the Buddy Holly. It was Buddy Holly with, Doki Doki Literature Club. But yeah, okay, so, like... There's one Japanese food that I think I like a lot more in theory than I like in practice, and that's ramen. Ramen is good when I have it, but I always regret. What in God's name? What the fuck? I have no idea. Something's happened. Someone cooked with this one. It's apparently Buddy Holly, but with Google search suggestions. I just heard, what did we learn from the Holocaust? Yep, that was one of the lyrics. How does that look? I feel like it looks like ass. Okay. Is there any out-of-place line work that's too thick? This makes sense for being thicker, because, yeah. Anything that, or any place that looks too thin. I was told I had the Buddy Holly pass. God damn it. Okay. Yeah, this is about right. But yeah, we were talking about Japanese food. On the topic of food, I guess. The shrimp this week was a fucking disaster. Okay, it's not bad. It's just boring. It's just extremely boring, and I don't want to eat it. So I'm like, do I have to? And then like I just ordered in Chipotle today because like I had a rough day, so I'm like, I'm not gonna force myself to eat it. So that, that's how my day is going so far. But the other thing I made was really, really good, even though I accidentally burned it a little bit. It's 3-cheese tortellini with a Korean chicken. Like, just mix the two together, melt Fontina cheese on top, and it's just that easy. It's really fucking good. I wish I had Chipotle near me. I destroyed chicken bowl right now. I just ate and I'm fucking hungry again. What is happening to me today? I mean, so that's been lunch through the week because it's unironically just been an absolute banger dish. I'm posting both on my Blue Sky tomorrow, so if you want to see what it looks like. There you go. This is the Dell Skyfall cupcake remix. I mean, it's a Loki. It do be like it. I'm not huge on this song personally, but like at least the cupcake is like voice matched. I'm always down to see food. Hell yeah. I need to get better about consistently posting on certain social medias. It's just like for some of them, it's a lot harder than for others.
Okay, well, you summoned the Borb, and now the Borb is here. I actually fixed the Borb game. So now you have to deal with the consequences of the Borb being here, which the consequences are an immediate and very dire threat towards your continued existence as the Borb drains all of your blood from your body. Yeah, that's right, your blood is mine now. Drains it. Slurp. Big ol' slurp.
I do love that snoot emote. Bear Devonair's VTuber is super adorable. Okay. Okay, there we go. What is that emote? Why does it why does it look like that? It looks okay, so like you just took a texture and tried to wrap it around a head model, I guess. Okay. Release me. I need to get so much fucking better at my pen pressure. Is what this is teaching me, because otherwise I have to go back and fix so much shit. Don't get too perfectionist with it, otherwise you'll never finish this fucking piece, and it needs to be done by the end of September because it's literally Snaptember. Dies inside. But you know, it turns out it's like actually really, really easy to make chicken taste good. There we go. There we go. That looks a little bit better. I'm getting too perfectionist. Okay. Clean. It's fucking painting time. Shit me. New raster layer. Green Thai chicken curry. That sounds fucking spectacular, honestly. Alright. Boil some plain chicken in some tap water. Yum yum. Why? Why? Wimst? That's all I got for you. I still think this, like... I need to, like, figure out how, like... Cause, like, maybe it's, like, there are too many spikes where, like, some of these can just be, like... Something like that. Yeah, I think that actually does a lot. That does a lot to, like... Basically just, like, spacing them out and not making them so omnipresent. It's like a spice. I've applied too much spice to this canvas. Yep. Yep. Okay, I see the folly of my ways. Yeah, okay, there we go. The lead adds the lead adds flavor. Are you by chance... But okay, so on the topic of lead adding flavor, because apparently we're here. What's going on with all the fucking like product recalls recently? Because like there've been like five big, like, as far as I'm aware, five big ones recently. Like eggs, apple juice, fucking, like, I mean, to be fair, I think raw milk got recalled, but like that's a product that shouldn't exist, so... Actually, I kind of like... I kind of like that, actually. That adds a spice. I like this stuff because, like, this is near the end. So like it's so like with fur that's going in a lot in the same direction, I guess it's like the way to do is like the occasional peppercorn chicken hype. That sounds fucking delicious. I guess with fur, where a lot's going in the same direction, you basically want to do more like wavy style motions as opposed to like the like you know, fluff the way that I usually do it. Like this just looks better. Like basically not over like basically overcooking. God, I also need to play Bayonetta 2 during Christmas. Bayonetta 2 is the best Christmas game that's ever been made. I will actually die on that hill. There is no better Christmas game. And this is the spot. I need a masochism based based mood lift. Honestly, understandable. It's just like it's like I said, it's one of those days, you know? I think everyone's feeling the sauce a bit. I got mad at work. Oh God. That's a rarity. My annual get mad. Yeah, that, you know what? You deserve some pepper chicken. I don't even need to know the rest of the details. If you got mad, like that's that you deserve pepper chicken on any day you get mad. But like, because like, basically, so like, because of the like slight amount of crap I got from my boss last week, this week I'm super being like, all right, I'm gonna get everything done, which means I have to talk to I've had to talk to my boss like 6 times today to be like, hey, I need you to do this for me. Also this for me, also this for me. And like I feel bad because like part of me is like, don't seem like I'm trying to like, you know, like I'm like basically trying to like prove a point. Because like I'm not. I generally like I do the work that I can as best I can. But like it's just like by nature of kind of the way I work. Because like I do the ADHD, like the ADHD thing of like I have 2 modes, on and off. If I'm on, I'm like hyper fixated. I'm about to do 50 hours of work in 10 hours. If I'm off, you could replace me with a rock and nothing would meaningfully change. The problem is I can't be on 24/7. Okay, let's see what that did to the texture. Ah, it helped a little bit. What is this? Oh, I see next one's great. A lot of my time is spent optimizing hyperfocus time. Honestly, that's kind of horrifying. I I can maintain, like, here's the thing, like I can maintain it for an entire workday, but like the instant I get home, I kind of crash real hard. So it ends up being like a like do I hyper focus at work today? If so, like how am I gonna survive this evening? Trying to like what else happened this weekend? That's a good question. Groceries, cooking. Oh yeah, that's right. I went to a local fur meet. That was pretty fun. It's kind of interesting because it's like an entirely different like basically atmosphere. Like because it's in person. So like you know there's like a different energy to it than like going to like online meetups or through VRC. I'm regularly the most productive, but I also add my way around the fucking add my way around the fucking building. You know, fair enough. I need to stop working on the line work. Otherwise, I will never finish this fucking piece. There we go. Ah! Okay. Clean this up. Perfect. It's the Dumb Fish song that introduced me to the concept of the sack of Bambaspis. Okay. Okay, where are we at? Torsos, wings, talons, arms. Okay, perfect. Also, need to like let me hide the paper. Friends in VC are going to be doing FWA and assumed I was going. They don't know I'm based in Australia because no accent. And I had to explain to them the ticket would be minimum $2,000. Oh my god. I mean, fair enough, but also, oof. Oh yeah, because you know what? Like you were literally on the opposite. It's not even like it's like in California, which presumably would be a little bit cheaper. You're literally as basically far away from Australia as could possibly be, or like as far away from what's it called? As far away from Atlanta. I see artists do this, and I guess like to be fair, this would probably be like faster. Cali would be 1,700 minimum. Yeah, okay, so you're saving like $300. Admittedly, that at that scale, it kind of doesn't really matter. Okay. Oh, I should probably lower stabilization. That's you know. Okay. Now, welcome to the rest of the stream. It will be coloring. I haven't even fucking started in the background yet. I should probably work on that a little bit. Just that way I know what I'm getting into. I still haven't decided if I want to do a winter or a fall scene. I should probably do a fall scene. Just that way there's like a contrast, because otherwise it's going to be like my white lab coat on like white winter scene. Okay. Okay. Ba-da-da-da-dum. Yeah, also I'm like probably highlighting using like a little bit of white. Because stuff like this and like I think because like snips are usually highlighted with white. So like I'm probably gonna use that color here a little bit. Okay. We're trying out a different coloring method today. It's weird because like I actually don't mind like apparently line work is the thing people really do not like about art. But like I don't mind line work so much. Coloring though kind of a huge pain in the ass. Maybe I've been influenced too much by DA's style. Because like apparently that's like DA's take as well. Well, come on in Crow. Like, what have you, Sweet Bean? Hello, hello. Your favorite demon is here. Oh, is it Crowley or Crowley? I read it as Crowley, but it might be Crowley. The first one's correct? Okay, perfect. That's infinitely easier for me to remember. Welcome on, though. Glad to have ya. Where I can do an art. In theory. In practice, I'm just in pain. I'm just in pain. I guess to be fair, like, I just have to keep reminding myself the second one is the Irish version of how you say it. Oh, okay, I did not realize that. I did not realize that was associated with a specific, like, ethnicity, I guess? I guess ethnicity is the correct term. Actually, no, the claws are going to be white, so... Okay. Actually, you know what? Now I think about, like, I should probably just paint the entire thing. Oh, wait. Oh, God. Look at this. Terrible. Oh, it's so bad. Fuck. I mean, just to be fair, like, this is part of the process. I need some of this shit to start becoming muscle memory. Fuck, I forgot this wasn't a Trop stream for a second. I was confused as to why I couldn't request a third song. Started putting a pause on the third season, the Good Omens prediction with what's going on with Neil Gaiman. I was vaguely aware of that. I don't know. I don't necessarily know who Neil Gaiman is. I won't lie. I'm bad about knowing celebrities. Are they a furry VTuber? If so, I probably know them. If they aren't, get the fuck out of here. I just put my like hand in their mouth and go blah 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 blah. Blah. Hello? Yes, hand tracking. Blah 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 blah. Fuck, wrong layer. Take a shot. Today's wrong layer of the day is that one. Neil Gaiman is one of the authors that made the Good Omens
book. Oh, okay. I know it was like it was something about like him sexually harassing a woman again. Like apparently every famous guy. It's like at this point this is getting a little fucking absurd. Why is this like the loudest remix of all time? Hold up a moment. There you go. It's not one but two women. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I'm like, this is
like just like don't idolize people. Don't people like don't meet your heroes, don't hold unrealistic expectations. People can be like, you know, people can be anything when they aren't on camera or aren't on screen. Just don't. Like you're so they haven't canceled the Thursdays yet, it's just waiting for more information to come up. That's fair. So is your name then from Good Omens? I think I've seen like the first episode. Welcome on, Rari. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Give me a shout for Rari. This rat cage. I really need to make it Art of Crisps, that way I can replace it. It's just so blocky, it takes up so much space. Looks like my mods are preoccupied, so let me go get a shout out for Rari myself. Also, we were coming up on ads. I run 3 minutes of ads every hour, so that way we can avoid pre-rolls. So that way we can have people join in, and they can get involved without having to sit through pre-roll ads. But yeah, it's from Good Omens. It's a character David Tennant plays. Okay. I think I know who David Tennant is. I only know him as the Doctor from Doctor Who. Like I said, I am not good with famous people. But yeah, 3 minutes every hour. Turns off pre-rolls, and also just like, you know, it unfortunately is kind of the best way I got, because fucking Bezos won't let me turn off the ads completely as much as I would like to. Because I'm not, I never like, I don't want to stream for money. Is like I feel like as soon as it becomes like a substantial part of my income, it would stop being nearly as fun. The Independent played as the 10th and 14th Doctor in Doctor Who, and he's also a Harry Potter movie, one of the movies. Okay. All right. Now let's clean up your mess, Grav's self. Okay, this feels a little bit easier, I guess, for me. It's like I know this is like one of those things that like artists like have different opinions on. Is like the proper way to color, or like whatever works better for them personally. Tell you one area I'm not fucking looking forward to though is the tail is gonna be a shit show every time. Michael Sheena is also in Good Omens that he played in the Twilight movies. There's too many famous people for me to remember. I can't fucking remember, like, I feel bad when I can't remember like a friend. And then like there's just so many famous people. I'm like, who's Benadryl cum buckets? I don't fucking know. I don't know. I feel like at this point it's like tacky to even make a joke about Benedict Cumberbatch's name. But I did make one, so I'm part of the problem. What? Oh, okay. This is an OK Donuts VRC thing. Oh yeah, him and his tail thing. Tails are good. I personally like people will actors, at least in the UK personally, if they do fine arts, so much better than if we do it here over in the US. I guess to be fair, like there's certain things like Jose Garcia, who does Epic, which has been a recent hyperfixation of mine. Like I'm aware of him. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what he looks like. I'm gonna be honest, because like I struggle with face blindness a little bit. I feel like the only person I idolize with Healthy Amount is Gordon Ramsay, because I doubt someone who would motivate kids to be better at cooking is a bad person. Gordon Ramsay has his own issues. Every famous person has their issues, unfortunately. So, because there's basically an entire documentary about like Gordon Ramsay as like a deeply angry person. Oh my god, David Tennant is going to be the upcoming version of Macbeth. Oh yes, the Scottish play. That's like, it's funny. Like I only recently got into musicals, but um, like I was like, I had so many friends who were in theater for the longest time, so I'm sure they're like, I'm sure they're like, why were you never in a musical theater? And I'm like, I couldn't tell you. I mean, at least he doesn't take out his anger on kids. Yeah, that's fair. To be fair, he also basically has like a free ticket to take out on adults, though, which comes with its own problems. What the fuck? A Boba manifesto? The Boba weights? Here's the thing. I like milk tea. I'm not a huge fan of boba. Like I'll have it, but like I also usually I'm like, it's weird. Like I prefer my drinks without boba, but I also like the boba makes the drink last longer, so it's like this weird kind of like two-way like, beneficial street of like I wish boba's nice, IMO. It's I wonder if my city has a boba place. That's a good question. I don't, because like I'm American, so like I'm like, okay, if you are in a big city and you ask if there is like X ethnic food, the answer is probably yes. You just need to know where to find it. But like I don't really know what the food situation like is like in other countries, besides the fact that apparently British food is like depression incarnate. And one of my favorite like post genres is the British people going on to like coming to America and being like, never mind, they have every right to laugh at us. The fucking food here is spectacular. It was so fucking funny because there was one recently where there was two British people who went to a southern barbecue place and they had a rack of ribs. Welcome to Darius. Glad to have you sweeping. They had a rack of ribs on a plate, and they pulled out the fucking fork and knife, and they're like, "All right, I guess let's get cutting." And then along walks the owner, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I can't. I let this go too long. You absolutely do not eat a fucking ribs with your goddamn with a fork. That is an insult to the ribs." And, and one of the British guys looks scared for his fucking life. Do we show up for Darius, by the way? Very sweet snap. And then like they both took a bite into their ribs, and like you could see their fucking eyes light up as they're like, "This is what flavor is." Those are my favorite genres of posts. Oh, oh, hey, thanks, Siribot. Nuked. Siribot doing God's work. Can you get some good bots in chat? Also, happy September. Yeah, happy September. I'm joining you in the Snep world. The world of Sneps. This is my contribution to Sneptember. Currently line work is done. I'm currently in the process of I'm so glad. Yeah. I'm trying to I still need to figure out if I think I'm leaning towards a fall scene. It was originally going to be a winter scene, but as time has gone on and I've thought about like what this piece actually wants to be, fall is going to make better sense from like a color perspective. Cuz like it's going to basically, you know, contrast the blue and the whites with orange. As the fucking I can't even be mad, but I'm a little mad. All right. But you know, like, what was it? I was talking about a thing, and then I got distracted by the bot. I got sidetracked. Let me go ahead and clean this up a little bit. It's like coloring is like weirdly like such a drag. All right, this is. I mean, to be fair, this is like this ear fluff is gonna end up being white, so. All right, release me from this eternal torment I find myself in. I'm in spin. It's like the deep sigh of like I enjoy this, but also like I do wish like this were less like required less active focus. Man, art just like I guess to be fair, like a lot of this does probably just come with practice, is like basically muscle memory and understanding of anatomy. But like it do be a huge pain in the dick while you're learning. Why is this fucking newt no Italian? Is it the Italian newt? I'm losing my mind just a little bit. I'm trying to think of like anything like going on. I need to check in with Michio, because like Michio is currently in the process of working on the trailer for the model redesign, or the re-debut, which I have the I mentioned I was working on that yesterday. The post to like drum up hype. I need to actually like probably talk to a couple people who are like more experienced with the model debuts to be like, hey, how much should each of these be? Because like it's one of those like time to break Starky even further with this Italian newt. There's a few places from a Boba Tea franchise here, all in malls. That makes sense. All right. What are you? What are you? Looks. That was weird. Just weird, stray nonsense in my art, I guess. That is the life and struggle. Wrong layer. Immediately hit with the wrong layer as I'm talking about the artist's struggle. That's one of the many artists' struggle. Anyone got any like games are excited coming out? I'm definitely excited for October, because like I'm excited to play the Factorio DLC. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Admittedly, it is for part of the game that I very rarely get to, which is the end game. It just basically turns the end game into the mid game. So hopefully I'm better this time. I think it's obvious the game I'm hyped for. Is that Atomic Owl? I don't know when Atomic Owl is releasing. I don't keep track of fucking elite release days. The only release day that I care about is Silksong, and that day is never. The demo's in October? Ah, okay, perfect. Gotta. Every time you talk about Silksong, you're obligated to break out the fucking clown nose and the rainbow afro. This is the law of the internet. I'm worried for Silksong at this point, more so from the mounting expectations people are putting on it. My only expectations is that it's going to be a fun to very good platformer. Like, that's like my expectations have not built over time because like I know what I'm expecting. Which is to say, like, it's gonna be like Hollow Knight. It's gonna be a Metroidvania with a world that's pretty fucking big. Fun fact, when Atomic Owl releases, Starky will get a copy. I will. Because you plan on sending me one, right? You got an extra one from your backer level.
Hello.
Welcome on, Confused Cloud. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. How are you doing this fine evening? I think usually on Tuesdays you're playing D&D, so how's that going? Get a few copies. Welcome on in, Riss. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Can we shout out for Riss? I forget, did we ever get a shout out for Darius? I can't remember. We did, perfect. Bird, the Proto Husky. Welcome on in. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. There we go. Thank you for shouting out Proto Husky Riss. Well, today, not until 9 p.m. Ah, okay. No, we are not Bird this fine month. This month we are Snow Leopard, as it is Snaptember. But he's got other plans tonight. Understandable. I'll be honest though, starting at like a D&D campaign at like 9 o'clock does seem like, because like in my mind D&D games like last 3 hours on minimums, which means you're finishing up at midnight, so you're like hopping out immediately to go to sleep, and like at that point my brain would be like, no. I want to play more D&D. I'm tempted to write up my own game. And, like, part of me is, like, I would, like, do I want to stream that? Or do I want to, like, just keep it, like, to IRL friends? All the players are either in CST or work nights, so it's the only time. That makes sense. Alright. But, you know, like, I'm tempted to do a little bit of DMing myself, but... It's one of those things where it's, like, the temptation exists. Back when I was unemployed, it was easier to do. Fair. I mean, but look at it this way. You now have a source of income from employment, which is good. I don't know how necessarily positively impactful that is, but it is upside. And also, I'm so sorry for working in the, like, probably the department that gets, like, the least amount of support. I prefer another system, but I know if I ever try to get into TTRPGs, I'll have to play D&D. There are people who are willing to play other systems, but other systems do have their flaws as well. I've heard... Because, like... I have a couple friends who do, like, I recommend other systems, honestly. Yeah. Honestly, D&D is fine. It largely, it's like, D&D is better than, like, not being able to play a TTRPG. There are systems that are better, though. I want to get into Starfinder. Pathfinder, I think, is, like, the second, like, is, like, the second in running, like, in terms of, like, well-known TTRPGs. However, that one also has, like, that one has some issues as well, which is you can do some hysterically broken things. Which means, your DM kind of has to fight you. Like, I guess to be fair, the DM can always match the level of broken. D&D is great if your players want to do grid-based combat. Yeah. It's if you want to do, like, maybe, did someone say broken things in Pathfinder? I've awoken the Pathfinder player that I was referencing. Yes. Inform us. What broken things can you do in Pathfinder? Starfinder is fun because it's sci-fi. And, like, not... Like, every system is going to have one... like, at least one thing that's horribly broken. This is, like, really quiet. There we go. Like, my classic example, like, the first system I ever played had a lot of deeply broken shit to it. But the one that came to mind immediately was the fact that explosives had to be nerfed multiple times. Because it turns out that if you just stack a bunch of explosives... they can one-shot most enemies, no matter how much HP you give them. I think fully buffed, I can do a north of 400 DPS around. Yeah, that's too much. What level are you at, and what's the level cap in that game? I guess those are also pertinent information. Because if you can do that as like a level 1, what the fuck is that system? But like, if you're doing that as like a level 20, I think that would be vaguely possible in D&D with some custom stuff. I think we're 14 and the cap is 20. Yeah, that's too much. In our current game, we are 15 out of 20. Oh my god. Isn't that in D&D? To be fair, like, so my understanding is like a level 20 adventurer in D&D is functionally a god. We're playing the mythical rules, which breaks it harder. Oh. No Pathfinder? Okay. No first edition. Okay. I see. That makes sense. But you know, like, I in my mind, like, adventurers, once they reach a certain point, are like basically equivalent of gods and should be treated. They're rogue gods that are beholden to no one and have too much agency, which means that you need to at all times keep an option to nuke them. If it's not clear, my first experience with tabletop RPGs was rather adversarial. Okay, I have way broken it more with mythical. I went tame with quality of stuff life with my mythicality. Fair. Cam and I are in the game together. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I wasn't sure if it was the same game. But yeah, no, like, tabletop, it's... because there's, like, basically collective storytelling, so it's kind of the DM's job to, like, make sure that, like, if a character does die, it's in, like, a meaningfully interesting way. Or, like, to let a player just, like, I don't want to play this character anymore, do you mind killing him in somewhat a meaningful way, so that way I can, you know... Or, like, maybe the character just leaves for some reason to do his own thing. I was tasked with making a kaiju fighter in Pathfinder, and I think I hit 10k around with a level 20 mythic 10 character. You are a god at that point, basically. That sounds about right. Like I said, tabletop RPGs get real fuzzy about what is and is not functionally a god. Which, like, also, some of the shit I've seen, like, there's this YouTube channel called XP to Level 3, which does, like, reviews of, like, custom D&D content, and some of the shit is just wild. It's just like, yeah, this fucking spell that a god can do that just does 99 necrotic damage. Fuck you. Fuck you and everyone around you. It's like, I don't know, this is, like, to some degree, it's why I prefer RP, I love XP to Level 3. Their content's super good. It's a reason why I prefer... There we go. The reason I prefer, like, RP-focused games over, like, combat-focused. I wanna solve a mystery. I don't wanna fucking, like... Which, to be fair, I know that, like, that's... The joke is that, like, if you introduce... I tried to run a mystery once, and it was in that old system where, like, it was extremely adversarial between players and DMs. And I was like, yeah, here's... I was like... Especially the homebrew videos. Oh, those are great. I also made a crafter that could compress a month of normal crafting into a day at level 7. They crafted faster than the champion of the crafting god who was aided by an artifact. So, like, I tried to run a mystery once. And, like, I got a lot of players who were basically only there because, like, I was going to give them golden experience at the end. And one player was really interested, and I was like, oh yeah, you know, you're in a forest. Like, you're basically, like, in a forest dwelling, where there's a bunch of mysterious disappearances going on. Because, like, I was trying to set up, like, basically like an overarching story on playing with the God of Emotion. So like I was like, oh, you know, you're in this forest clearing, and there are basically only 2 temples, and a bunch of these, you know, killings have an air of ritual, like, you know, they're clearly ritual in nature. And you know it's not one of the temples. and, and I was just like, you can do this. I believe in you. They still got it wrong. They still got it wrong. I was just like, it just made me sad more than anything. Because I was like, I put like, admittedly, it was like a cool idea I needed to develop more. Because like, I think like as a DM, my weakness is like, I don't prepare shit enough. Like you can never get fully prepared. You're never fully prepared for the shit party's gonna do. But like, I need to have like stronger world building idea of where all this was going. I do appreciate, because like one of the I had a 2-part game that was exclusively for the purpose of making a stupid joke. Basically, part one, part one. Oh, I also got my first monsoon kill in Risk Brain 2. Nice. Did you use artifacts? Did you use artifacts? Did you by chance use multiple artifacts? Yes. Okay. Like I'm giving you a little bit of shit. But also, that is very nice, honestly. But you know, so I used the duping enemies, choose items, and monster drops items. Yep, I had to figure, because those 3 things do, they don't trivialize the game, but they make it considerably easier. Back from our club? Welcome back, Jaren. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. I was just talking about D&D and other tabletop RPG nonsense. There was a time I ran a 2-game, basically one-shot. I had 3 of the spawn wisps while running boss drops. I signed up for finish my audiobook in the next 12... Oh, are you doing an audiobook? That's awesome! Or like, I'm assuming you're recording yourself for an audiobook? Would people be interested in like hanging out while I do audio stuff, like apply for like, you know, audio, implying that I finished editing my book in the process? Okay. I see. Since you're writing a book. But yeah, like basically D&D sounds so bad for running mysteries in case you have a wizard, here's the thing. Sometimes it so depends on party, because sometimes the wizard, like, it depends more on party than I think on party like the players rather than party composition. Because if you have players who are going to get engaged in a mystery, they're gonna have a great time, regardless of what class they choose. Even if like a certain class trivializes a little bit of it, like if you constructed it well, it should be like, you know. I have a silly one-shot mystery story for my friends to do. Yeah, like if you've constructed the mystery well, it should still be compelling, even if sections of it do get trivialized. I'm procrastinating actually running it because of how wild the premise is. Welcome on, Rich. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. I ran a one-shot, which was 2 games, exclusively to make a dumb joke. The first game is, okay, there's a dungeon full of monsters. We need to clear them out because we're repurposing this dungeon to make an amusement park. Game 2, hey, visit our adventurer-themed amusement park. And the reason I ran both of these games was to make a joke about an eating contest run by McDungeons. That was the entire point of both of those games. And when one of my players found out, he got so mad he jokingly stood up threateningly and like reached over with his hand to try and choke me. Speaking of D&D, how do you feel when it's heavily insinuated that your character is going to die as per prophecy? Rish. God damn it. Okay, I have to explain that now. Rish and I are in a D&D campaign where I'm playing a barbarian. So basically, the character of this barbarian I did a joke D&D one shot that was a dating simulator. That sounds amazing, actually. So I'm part of a D&D like a shorter D&D game where basically my character is not at all remotely interested in the plot. He is there because his son is a destined great hero. Like his son is going to be like a destined great hero, and it's his job to make sure that like his son learns all the right lessons to become like a good person. And I got to a college where I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is my character's name. And then I'm talking to someone and he's like, wait, are you by chance the father of that legendary hero? Like a legendary hero? And I'm like, yes. And he's like, ew. I got reminded, oh yeah, most people become legendary heroes when they become orphans. So I'm like, well, fuck. I've doomed my character. He will die. Although you're running D&D, don't follow exactly what the book says for road trips. It's books. It's kind of like why I'm dubious of like pre-made campaigns. I've never been on one, but like I am dubious of them because like there's no way you can fully prepare for everything a party's gonna do. But, you know, like so my character is now like basically facing an existential crisis. He is going to like die or disappear soon. D&D is super easy to improv if you ignore the concept of numbers. Basically, there are multiple times I admit. So this is my biggest DM shame. Because I first played in a system where characters could just solve problems. Like they had enough utility, enough HP, enough like ability to cast utility spells where I could present a problem to them and just be like, I don't have a solution. You guys figure this shit out. Which means that like when I was running for players who were like newer, I forgot to not do that, and there were multiple instances where I'm like, hey, here's a problem. Oh shit, that's right, you don't have the tools to solve this. Actually, here's a subquest. Give you squad all can back me up. It was on a road trip that never ended. It had me roll for random encounters that I did all of them. Oh my god, that sounds miserable. Yeah, so there's one that came to mind where it's like basically they have to go into a dead zone, like a zone that just kills you if you have a soul. So I'm like, some of them like basically elves in the system didn't have souls, but some of them were people who had souls. So I had to be like, fuck. I've introduced a problem. How are they going to go into this dead zone without fucking dying? And then I had to be like, well, guess you're hunting for some herbs to brew a potion. So that way you don't die on fucking impact. Oh, I know. That's like, I think that's like my greatest D&D sin, is like I accidentally like, here's a problem. Oh shit. None of you can solve the problem. Wondering which barters their soul. Okay, here's the thing. As a DM, I'm too nice to run Fae and like celestial beings properly. Cause like in my mind I'm just like I would rather just kill them than like like I know what a properly run Fae is. Like if you fuck up around a properly run Fae at all, you're experiencing a functional form of character death. Your character is either becoming permanently imprisoned or trapped by this Fae. So I just kill them instead. Because like at least the character ends with the way they want to remember them, as opposed to like slowly being whittled down by like Fae bullshit and law and like in like contracts. Which is also why, as a player, I have a distinct and profound distrust for Fae. Like, I'm playing my first Fae-associated character right now as a dog, who is only the only note to self, don't play D&D with Starky. I'm better about it now. I'm better about it, but it definitely, even if I run Fae, Cam, I love you. I don't think you can run Fae properly. You're not... You don't have the Trixie streak enough to, like, run a Fae properly. Because, like, Fae is, like, basically a dialogue-based dangerous encounter. No, that I was not entrusting them? Oh, okay. Because, like, okay, I'm in another D&D campaign, where I'm playing a dog who is associated with the Fae, who, only is associated with the Fae because he wandered into the Feywild somehow and became enlightened because of them. So he's like, he doesn't know better. Yeah. One of the other players in that campaign is associated with a chaotic court of Fae. And, like, I had to be like, hey, maybe everything is terrible because you just let the fucking Fae llamas go wild and tell everyone that you're the reason that all this shit's going down. So it's like... you gotta learn how to interact with the Fae. You learn either the easy way or the hard way, and usually the easy way is watching someone else learn the hard way. But yeah, no, like, here's the thing, like, I actually, increasingly as time's gone on, I actually think I've become a better DM without DMing at all, because I've now just been a part of D&D games that were well run. Like, I now have a better idea of what does and doesn't work in tabletop RPGs, and, like, you know, like, sometimes it's okay to lose a combat. Because, like, losing doesn't mean death, sometimes it just means capture. And, like, you can always come back from death. Death is a flesh wound. Actually, like as I was mentioning earlier, I do kind of want to run a D&D campaign. But, like, it would... Part of me is like, do I want to... Death as a status effect? Basically. Death is just, like, a slightly less standard version of, like, a paralysis. Or, like grappled. It's grapple without, like, the... You know... It's grapple without need to actually spend turns to maintain it. Alright. We're, like, almost done with cleaning up the outline. Mostly because, like, this stuff is going to be easier. But yeah, no, like... Because, like, there's actually, like, a world that's, like, it doesn't necessarily... Like, it has interesting lore, but it doesn't necessarily get talked about a lot. That I want to build a D&D campaign around, or, like, a tabletop RPG campaign around. It's just, like, I don't know who I would invite. Or, like, you know... Because part of me wants to be like, do I... What if I turned into streams? And then part of me is like, I don't know. Putting myself on blast as a DM like that seems like a less than optimal choice. I'm down for doing weird in D&D. It's one of the things where it's like, I would actually... One of my friends who does D&D actually, like, was like, yeah, when I started my D&D campaign, I had, like, a full-on fucking, like, a full-on, like, what's the term for it? Like, an interview with my players to make sure that, like, they were cool. And I'm like, you know what? That makes sense, actually. Because, like, tabletop RPGs are the kind of thing where, like, if the party does not mesh, they're the most miserable thing. I highly recommend curating a play group of people who will play well together. Yeah, that's the thing. And so it's like I would mostly be playing with friends who I've played D&D with before. Session of -1. Basically, it would be either people I know, like, people I have, like, a deep, like, you know, have chatted with a lot, or, like, people I've already played tabletop RPGs with. It's like... you know what, if there's one thing I can take away from this, I can at least draw, like, this digitigrade paw and leg is like actually kind of good. I'm happy with how this came out, which I'd fucking better be considering I think it's like what took the longest out of like all of the sketch layer shit. That's not true. It's the eyes. It's always the eyes. That is a nicely done paw. Yes. Why does hold up? Let me check something real quick because I think. There we go. There's a little bit of like coloration issue going on here. I think our five person groups is nicely balanced. I think way too much and another person doesn't think at all and just does. So like there's an ongoing joke that like with the 5-person D&D group I'm in, there's like basically a grand conspiracy that like is happening in the background that no one gives a shit about. It's it's basically like we're just there to like officiate some weddings, and there's this huge like secret grand conspiracy going on in the background, and my character is dumb. Like I actively sacrificed points of int to like play a character that like is just like less book smart. And my goal now with that character is to learn everything I can about the grand conspiracy, not so I can tell party, but so that way I am not surprised when it's revealed. My character is just like, you see, I was trying to become the God King all along, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that lines up with my understanding, and yet I have like an int of 8. Wait, is it 6? I think it's 6. My int is 6, and I'm still not the dumbest party member. Someone has an int of 5, and I sacrificed points of int. I didn't have to. I was just like, hey DM, can I give up points of int just to like have a more fun RP experience? And he's like, go for it. Into the dump stat anyways. It's somehow. I thought my dumb himbo minotaur was dumb at 8. My character's rocking 6 ints, but I do have like a wisdom of I don't remember. I think my wisdom's like 16. But he's like stupid by trying to be comic relief. Yeah. It's like you can make a stupid character who's still like entertaining. And like this is the first time I've ever had an opportunity to run a stupid character, and I'm loving it. It's so much fucking fun. And also just misunderstanding. So like my little doggo that I'm playing has like a wisdom of 16 and an int of 6. So like I also took like a feat that gives him like increased perception checks. His passive perception's like 18. Speaking of himbos, I need a hero. I need a himbo. So my dog just notices fucking everything. It just never mentions any of it to party. Which is where this sticks in, because I can be like, yeah, they already noticed it, surely. If I saw it, they saw it too. Is Shrek a himbo? Good question. I personally am of the opinion that Shrek is too grumpy to be a himbo. He is he isn't smart. It's so the ratios for himbo are big of muscles, gold of heart, dumb of ass. Yeah, he's too grumpy to be a himbo. Is like that's he fails that critical thing. Kind of hard to. That's it. It's big of muscles, kind of hard, dumb of ass. Is the recipe for a himbo. But yeah, no, like this is definitely like the current D&D campaign is making me want to run a lot more low-end characters because it's just fun. It's just fun being goofy and not knowing stuff. I don't need to know stuff. I just need to spot stuff. All right. Leggy. Being a like 4 himbo campaign. That okay. That's actually like nobody knows how to read. There is for that old the original like the homebrew tabletop system RPG system that I played as like my first major system. There was a group of players called Doof Squad, who I believe the highest int in Doof Squad was 6 out of 18. It's the same like base like stat rolling situation as D&D. First of all, let me make sure. This is why we checked that was an hour-long video. Skip. So like the smartest person in this group is a absolute like moron. It is the highest int in the group is 6. And there was a game that was run in a world that was based off of Sword Art Online that the players solved by just pressing a bunch of buttons. They just pressed a bunch of buttons. There's like, hey, here's a console. This console has like all the controls for the Sword Art Online video game. We need you to figure out like how, you know, what controls what. And they just started randomly pressing, and they solved the plot and also killed like 50 people. Which is great. You know, that's the superior way to solve a plot IMO. But that's also not the only time Doof Squad had a moment with buttons. Let me go to Hydra real quick. So, one of the biggest problems and sources of joy from that system was there was basically a database of custom magic items. So basically, a DM, when giving out an item, would write up a item description for a custom item and give it to a player. And then like if they use that item in a different game, that DM could like reference the custom item in the database. Someone wrote up an item that was titled the Button of Planar Destruction, which was given to not the brightest character. Actually, no, it was given to a very, very bright character. It was given to a smart character. Problem is, the smart character loves showing it off. So one day, this character's playing a game with Doof Squad, and this character's like, "Oh, you like buttons, huh? Let me show you the best button of all time," and pulls out the fucking Button of Planar Destruction. And one of the players is like, "Ooh, shiny button!" Press. Immediately, just like press it. Doesn't have an opportunity to react. So what the Button of Planar Destruction does, it didn't have an explanation in its write-up. It was literally just like, if this button is pressed, go find the original DM, ask them to show up and explain what it does. Basically, the Button of Planar Destruction causes the entire plane to shake for 10 seconds before a like bunch of confetti is exploded in the area. It's a fake out. Problem is, confetti is flammable, and one of the players in that group had a flame aura, which effectively meant that doesn't count as a description. It doesn't, no, but it is funny. When they press this button and the fucking confetti shoots out, they all get fireballed, and it kills like half a party. So even though it wasn't the Button of Planar Destruction, it still killed like 3 people. Powder gas rage. Exactly. Exactly. It was and like party was like, fuck. Shit. Well, that didn't go as planned. So yeah, even harmless items in that system would cause problems. There was to give you an idea of how broken this system was. There was a game where we caused the apocalypse on a plane 30 seconds upon entering it, and pissed off the the DM. DM was fine. DM was laughing, but like the hiring NPC was fucking livid that adventurers showed up on his like plane to stop the apocalypse and caused it in 30 minutes. For those of you who played Chrono Trigger, it was based on Chrono Trigger. And my understanding of the way Chrono Trigger works at the very beginning is you basically like you start in a lab, and then you have like a time machine. You have a teleporter there that like can take you to the end boss, so basically like the idea is like at some point we're supposed to like either find a way to fight the end boss or like just send something through the teleporter that will kill it. We didn't do that because we immediately realized that it was a teleporter, and we're like, what would happen if we put two things through the teleporter at the same time? Which one player had an item that this is like, I love this item. I know this item was a problem, but it was the funniest fucking problem in the entire world. It was the staff. It wasn't the staff. To give you an idea of like how kind of lowbrow some of the jokes were, we referred to it as a staff, but it was technically the club of baby seal summoning. But we referred to it as the staff of baby seal summoning, which rolled basically percentiles to see what kind of baby seal you would get, and if you rolled very lowly, you would it would basically summon a high-level demon called a pit lord in disguise. In my opinion, there's no such thing as lowbrow humor in D&D. Fair enough. Also, that's an amazing club idea. So is roll percentiles. If you rolled really high, you basically got like a blessed priest baby seal. And if you rolled really low, you got a cursed like imposter baby seal. So this player summons two baby seals and is like, let me just go and teleport, because we're like, what would happen if we teleported multiple things through here at the same time? We teleported two baby seals. The other side comes out a half baby seal, half massively dangerous demon monstrosity who proceeds to fucking destroy party. Until one player, I believe the same player that had the baby seal staff, basically prayed for divine intervention and fucking got it. The only problem is the only god on this plane was the fucking apocalypse monster that we were hired to get rid of. So it awoke early and caused the apocalypse. This if you ever wonder why my D&D why I'm like so hesitant about certain D&D systems, this is why. This is my experience of tabletop RPGs for like 4 years. But yeah, no, we returned to the employer, and he was like deeply pissed. I can't really blame him. We did cause the apocalypse, but like it was really funny. Because it was literally like in and out, 30-minute apocalypse. Fuck, wrong layer. I don't even remember what characters. I was just a passive observer as all of this happened. I didn't even take any damage from the... I was watching as like the rest of the party got destroyed. The demon didn't even bother attacking me, and then the apocalypse happened, and we're like, well... I have so many stories from that system. Fuck, wrong layer. Yep, wrong layer. I was the fool. Yeah, hopefully you guys don't mind the traipse down memory lane to some degree, because like I have told these stories a couple of times, but because like I know tabletop RPG stories are like some of the like Boo Boo the Fool. These stories are fun. No, they're excellent. Okay, but it's like I swear there's something about like any magic item that lets you do something repeatedly is just waiting to be broken. There was definitely at least a couple, like the baby seal staff caused multiple party wipes. And the other item that caused multiple party wipes was the rock that turned water into liquid LSD. I don't know the context for that item. I just know it existed, and I do know it caused multiple party wipes. Okay. You need to tell me the story on that one. I don't know who gave out this item, but someone got an item that was a rock that turned LSD, or turned water into liquid LSD. Some adventurers were on, like, basically they were on a pirate cruise, and the DM asked them what they were going to do. And this, I think, like, this is perfect. How pure is the LSD? Like, 99.999% pure. Like, chemically dangerously pure. And so, like, I think this like story will explain kind of the system that I developed as a DM in, and why I am the way I am when it comes to running games. So the DM asked them, okay, you're basically they were on a pirate ship and they had to kill some time. So like the idea is like, okay, can they go investigate parts of the pirate ship? The players just weren't interested in all in the game. And they're like, well, let's just fucking let's grab some LSD from our LSD rock and just fucking party on the ship. The TM was like so mad they were just ignoring an entire part of the plot that he's like, okay, let me roll percentiles to see how bad a trip it is. And it was such a bad trip that like multiple party members ended up killing each other. I think only one survived after the ship fucking like crashed into like a rock out in the middle of the ocean. Because the captain was also high on LSD. But yeah, like that item and the baby seal staff definitely caused at least 2 party wipes I'm aware of. So like custom magic items, they're great until they really, really are not. That magic... Welcome on, Cos. I glad to have you sweeping. I believe that magic item also got confiscated by the god of the ocean. Because, like, a player... Sorry, I'm late. I was stuck in a conversation. All good. A player is like, what if I drop this in the ocean? And then... Because, like, the gods were basically run by, like, the overarching... basically, like... Because, like, it was multiple DMs all running different aspects of the world. So different DMs had basically, like they were in control of the different gods. And the player who was in charge of the god of the ocean was like, as you try to drop the rock in the ocean, time slows and you just hear in the back of your head, no, absolutely not. The rock disappears. I hate having political conversations with a passion. Understandable. Well, no politics here. We're almost done. I haven't even applied any of like the secondary coloring, but I guess like that should in theory be slightly easier because I can always use this as a selection layer. But yeah, there's also like instances of items in that system that accidentally like there was basically because of like a certain game, a character had the Staff of Moses. And one of the things the Staff of Moses could do is bestow like a commandment, like basically one of the 10 commandments on a target. and if they broke it, they would take increasing damage. We were on a game with a demon that basically was clearly about to power up before a huge combat, and the player with the Moses staff was just like, "Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not kill." Eventually, the demon failed, and because it was in the process of killing a couple of million people, it took like 50 million D6 worth of damage and detonated. Because it was basically like, for those of you who it wasn't inspired by this, but it ended up being like, it ends up being a good reference like post facto. For those of you who played or MTG, the Elder Spell, it was kind of like that, where it's basically like him eating the souls of like the rest of the demons of the realm, and yeah, he just ceased to exist. Man fucking exploded. It was impossible to kill any player character in that system unless they specifically wanted it to die. there was like the system had psionic abilities in it, and one of the like highest ranking psionic abilities was basically it was time psionics. Like you could manipulate time a little bit, and basically the only way you could kill a player is for them to fail like basically a save against a spell that just erased them from time. Because a lot of people had just like triple, quintuple, you know, fucking quintetlet fucking immortality. Just use "Don't Be Gay" and watch all your players fail. That's a good. I mean, to be fair, like, because the system we were playing in was, I mostly ended up playing with a lot of because like most of my IRL friends, were friends I made in that club. But most of my time was spent not with them, but with the straight derogatory players. There was, in that club, there was exactly 2 ladies, and one of them was explicitly trying to start a reverse harem. I'm gonna make a character with like a dozen cursed items trying to possess them, but the sheer number of sentient cursed items are constantly fighting for control, so the character is fine because of a delicate... that's the fucking... Isn't that just like the joke with Mr. Burns from Simpsons, where he has like every disease, and they're all too busy trying to kill him, like that they're fighting each other to get in, to be the first one to do it.
Hi.
Welcome on in, Steven. It's good to have you, Sweet Bean.
Hi. 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 Hi.
I think next personal project on the list isn't even finishing up my reference sheet for my second character. I think it's just like freeing up this space, this space, because it's blah, blah, blah. Oh, Trob, welcome on in, readers. Glad to have ya. Hey, we shout out for Trobberg. Those who do not know, I'm StarkyMorph, Big Get Chaos currently internet, where I stream live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. EST, on Thursdays and Fridays 7 to 10 p.m. EST, Monday, Tuesdays. What's fun and grand guy for you? Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. We are celebrating Sneptember. Get shout out, exactly. We are celebrating Sneptember by becoming the Snip. Rating and crying. Hello, everyone. Welcome on Crystal Hoop and Trial. Glad I get an ad immediately. I'm sorry. I run 3 minutes of ads every hour. Snip. It's Snip. We're in real Snip hours. I need to get... But yeah, no, this is my first attempt. Perfect timing. Just came back from a food run. Heck yeah. How dare you bonk? No bonk. No bonk the borb. That's another thing I need to figure out for stream is like custom animations. But yeah, no. For Sneptember, I'm becoming Snip. Welcome on in, DA. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Can we also get a shout for DA? But yeah, how was the art? I was lurking in there a little bit. I wish I could hang out more. It's been a bit of a busy day here. Let me hydrate real quick. Brother, I love art. You know, you know it went well. Exact. Fair enough. But yeah, um, I, you know, the art was like Traub. I'm actually like kind of amazed by how much progress you've made. I've made progress, but I feel like I haven't made nearly as much. I guess to be fair, you're doing it a lot more than I am because you're doing what, like 20, 30 hours of it a week. I'm only doing like 6. I'm trying my best. This is the first time I've ever done like a semi-dynamic pose because of the pubs. I'm taking a step. Literally, this is me taking an artistic step. I'm dead inside. Oh, thank you, Starky. Yeah, you're absolutely killing it. So keep up the good work. Keep up the learning. I'm gonna keep trying to match it and trying to learn my own thing. Love it. I do another thing you may like. Let me send. I'm dead every day. There we go. Yeah, we're currently in the process of painting this. And then just keep on going, gamer. Yeah. So drawing this. Oh my god, let me see. Yep, there it is. Ooh. I hadn't seen either of these. These are both great. Let me go ahead and show. I can show this one off to stream. General use. There we go. This is what trending does. Trending does. It is a matter of learning and practice, but also look at this big beefy crow. That's like actually so wild. It's so cropped. That's my fault. Listen, this source is literally called general use because I use it for everything, and sometimes I need to crop sections. But honestly, like, heck yeah, Drew Little Belly, it's genuinely like super impressive. Okay, welcome on in, Gary. Glad to have you. Can we shout for Garion as well? Also, the Doodle Den. Can we shout out the Doodle Den as well? So many heckin' sweet beans. But you know, I need to get better at like drawing different anatomies. I'm kind of like I'm canceling you for showing horny. Listen, it wasn't mean. It was Traub. But yeah, this is like, I think this is like kind of, so like this is me trying a little bit something different with like the face and the maw. It's super duper cute. I like it a lot. Admittedly, a lot of this is like, you know, a matter of practice and stuff. So I'm not trying, you know, I'm getting there. Art is a journey. You're never, I guess you're like, the one thing I've like learned is like no artist is ever, I think, happy. Like every artist wants to improve. There are certain people I look at and they're like, yeah, no, like I don't like there's these problems with my art, and I look at them and I'm like, I can see why it's a problem, but like my brain can't like, I look at it and I'm like, yes, you are technically correct. Also, it's such a fucking minor detail. How are you noticing this? If it weren't explicitly pointed out to me, I wouldn't see it. Although I did recently get to explore a little bit in terms of working with noticing details of some people's professions. Basically, I did get to work this weekend on something a little like art adjacent, with a little bit of visual design that ended up being a lot of fun. Oh my fucking god. I genuinely don't know how this show never got sued for like I guess to be fair, it probably falls under copyright or like free use law. I talked to someone about wanting to be a chef for a little bit, and they told me by the time I become a chef, I'll be trapped in that career. Yeah, I think unfortunately anything creative ends up like with you trapped in hating it. I feel like that might be every position, honestly. A pun. All right. So selection from layer, create selection. All right. Now we get to actually like go through the process of oh fuck me, I never actually I never drew in the eyes. I mean, I guess I can kind of like I can do that now. I heard puns. What the? Fuck. Wrong layer. Or no, right layer, wrong color. It's so fucking derpy. Oh no, this song, my husband had this as his phone alarm for the first week he visited me. Oh my god. And now I'm associated with being woken up. I know I have I definitely I definitely downloaded the like the default oh you get a clock app from the App Store on Android. So now whenever I hear that fucking song, you know what? Let's something like that maybe. Fucking I hate eyes. I struggle so much with eyes. I don't know why. I saw a video on eyes because eyes are very sensitive to our perception. Perception of faces? Yeah. I really should have done this in the sketch layer, but it apparently slipped my mind. Anything off can trigger uncanny valley style art things. Yeah. You mentally break it up as 3 lines on the top and 2 on the bottom. 3 lines on express this. Well, come on, Tristan. What happens, Sweepy? Give you a shout out for Tristaniel as well. Okay, what if we move the eye? Shit. Fuck, I can't move the eye. You're a kitty cat. Yeah, I'm drawing myself as a snow leopard for September. It's good. It does make me happy that it's immediately recognizable as a cat. That I'm immediately like it's clearly feline. My guess is probably the nose is what makes it the most telltale. It's not a hard rule, so to speak, but something to look into. That's fair. 3 lines on top and 2 on the bottom. I guess okay. So I need to think about relative position. There we go. It's fine. It's fine. You can't too perfectionist. You'll lose your fucking mind. But yeah, so I think a lot of eyes comes down to kind of feel. I just need to get a feel for them better. I follow the make my eyes giant with anime cuteness. Yeah. I'm doing the same thing. The problem is the anime cuteness ain't cutin'. And then just put shapes inside. Okay, flip the face. Something's wrong. Something's wrong, and I can, like, on a subconscious level, I'm aware of it. The eye needs to meet. This eye needs to move in a little bit. Fuck. Which means I have to get rid of this selection. There we go. You can save selections in some art programs, I know. I mean, it's actually like not that big of a deal for me to re-grab it. It's just like an annoying thing more than anything. Why does this look like ass? There you go. Good beans. The omniscient reader's viewpoint webtoon is so good. I think it's because of this. Like, I just want it. I'm not trying to be perfectionist, but I do want it to look good. And there we go. What is good to you? Nothing. Well, okay. The answer is other people's arts. That's honest to God the answer. I know it's not a fair. Seems fine to me. Oh, wait, I think I see what the problem here is. So basically, I need to... And then if I just clean this up a bit... Imagine having to read the entirety of One Piece only to be isekai'd into the same boat as Kobe around that point in the series. There we go. Okay. Very, very small issue, but fixable. Is just... It's just a bit too high on the face. There we go. I think I need to thicken up this pupil. It's workable. I like it. I mean, to be fair, as far as like last minute realizations of my own artistic failings go, that one was relatively easy to fix. Starky, do you like snow? I actually love snow. It's cute. Yeah, I'm glad. I definitely like how this is turning out so far. The tail, I'm gonna need to do some studies about texture work, I think. The clothing also probably could use a little bit of work. I'm never done. I've so much to learn based we're in the same boat. Snow, I just... Scusi? I don't know why that happened. Sometimes that just happens. So the random lines appear. I mean, all our artists are overcritical of their selves. Yeah, I know. Problem is, like, Welcome on in, Jackal. Good to have you, Sweeping. Give a shout for Jackal. Hello, Starky and all. Welcome on in. We're vibing this fine evening. Don't let perfect be the enemy of done. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. How's everyone going? It's going all right. I'm currently in the process of losing my mind just a wee bit. As I keep wanting to do more with this piece, and I just need to be like, okay, the line work is done. No touchy the line work anymore. But yeah, how is everyone doing this fine evening? Save a copy of the line art itself. For what? Like, because like I can just like basically grab it as a layer and copy it into another. Like the line art's not getting touched anymore. Everything else is being done on different layers. I have the coloring layer underneath it. If you want make changes for the new change, if you want to make changes later. Okay, yeah. Line art for me is always on its own layer, which I don't know if that's like standard, but it is the way I do it. Like it's like my usual standard is sketch layer, line art layer, color layer, which it then turns into, that was the worst typo I've ever typed. Okay. Sketch layer, line art layer, color layer, which turns into the rendering layer as well, and then usually a background layer. And in theory, if I want to do like a different set of clothes with the same pose, that would also be probably like on another layer. I'm doing good, just 500 rocks with hubby. That's so cute. Selection from layer. I did this so much last night. So like I'm very familiar now with the use case of selection for layer. Yes, slay. But yeah, no, like it's one of those things where it's like selection tools are handy. They really, really are. Let me see if I can actually, because like I have the like, I have the thing I was working on mostly finished. Let me hide this real quick. It's games and content real quick. Like part of me wants to kind of show it off. Just make sure. Yes. Welcome on in, Gadget. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Perfect. It is already hidden. So this is what I was working on yesterday. Everything. Basically, I more or less started.
Do you like this? Do you like this? Well, no more.
I need to fill in this box here, and then largely I just need to wait for Michio. So Gadget, yep, shut up for Gadget. But yeah, this is what I was working on a lot last night, and it turns out visual design's actually a lot of fun, but also a huge pain in the ass. So yeah, that'll be posted up on the Twitter when I have things more in line, more ready. All right, go ahead and select this. Thank you, and Starky, for the support. No problem. Okay. This is also Chapel Roan, right? I'm so bad with popular music. If it wasn't clear already, I am bad when it comes to knowing popular stuff. I've been hearing that name lately. She like kind of took off recently with one of her recent albums. She's the singer. She did Pink Pony Club, which I think is probably like her most well-known thing at this point. And also Brazilian Miku. Yeah, to be fair, the Brazilian Miku trend was also just, you know, it's really fucking funny because apparently now you can like actually figure out what times Brazilians are most active by blue sky usage rate, like usage hours. Like when more Brazilians are awake, it's now like, oh yeah, the blue sky you see is way more usage, which I guess makes sense. Everyone's just waiting for Twitter to fucking finally die so they can all move to blue sky. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, already moved, motherfuckers. I see Kasai is getting their contract their what's the term? Union mandated single PP. I'm gonna have it and just not really active. Fair enough. To be fair, it's like Twitter lives to capture toxicity. That's why I like Blue Sky so much. It's like it actually has structural things to like avoid toxicity that like is so endemic to Twitter. Like when you block someone, they can't at you. It's such a fucking nice change. And like because it basically just like, yeah, like here's we need Twitter to be the kick of social. Yeah, that's kind of what it's turning into at this point. I'm gonna be honest. And I'm like, I don't, you know, I don't. I think it's kind of a good thing at this point, because a lot of the shit that like a lot of shit needed to stay on Twitter. Too many fan cam girls. To be fair, it's not even like, okay, hey, if you're gonna have that issue, like there are other places that I would argue are worse. Cough, cough, cough. Twitch, which like isn't a knock at the female streamers, as so much as it is a knock at the structure of Twitch and how much they allow some of their clear favorite streamers get away with actual murder. Not actual murder, but like they let them get away with a lot. Wait, are cam girls on Twitch? Yeah, more or less. They claim that they are like basically they want the cam girls to be here, but like in doing so they also enable certain groups such as furries to be like actually like encouraged. There was a day where they allowed there was like it was supposed to be like a new rule. How can they get away with it when how can they be when I'm a guy? Oh, for fuck's sakes. God damn it. I mean, yeah, no, the fucking the purge of nudity on Twitch was wild. When you diffuse Tumblr with Discord, I feel like that's a negative. Like, okay, here's the thing. Social media, the more social media platforms there are, the better. Talking about Brazilian Miku. Yeah, they revoked the nudity real quick. Yeah, because, like, furries were using it to, like, draw big men as opposed to just letting big titty streamers in their hot tubs. I'm, of course, being mostly sarcastic, but it does, unfortunately, line up with the fact that, like, a lot of furry streamers were banned. Like, because a lot of them were like, hey, this is really cool. I would like to be able to draw tasteful nudity on Twitch. And of course, there were people who clearly took it too far. Okay. There's that taken care of. It was a hot mess. Oh, it was fucking miserable. Low key. There's a reason that there's a reason where like most like a lot of artists I followed didn't engage, and like they gave it time to like boil out to make sure it was gonna stick. Welcome on Unlock. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. I remember a VTuber just went explicit sexually unveiling their sus parts. Yep. No, like it when they said artistic and tasteful nudity, the people who used it as an excuse to just be, very explicit were, I would argue, probably banned less than the people who were like employing it genuinely, but were just in a demographic that tends to be targeted more for hate. I'm like, that's not artistic nudity. That's, yeah, they're taking advantage of the R tag. Yeah. Fuck, wrong layer. Wrong layer moment. Certified wrong layer moment. I still need to figure out what color I'm gonna make the camera. I might make it like bronze. Oh, yeah, no. I think people have joked about like me having streams on Picardo, and I'm not ready to draw not safe for work. I don't have that level. I need way more practice with knowledge of human anatomy first before I'd feel confident. Like it's like the Catch-22. It's like I would need to have people there to hang out to like give me motivation to draw, but like I want to make sure that I'm like actually somewhat knowledgeable beforehand, so that way I'm not like omega struggling. and I just basically end up drawing the fucking like the like stereotypical like that the PP. Hopefully, I can't imagine that would get me banned. Gotta start learning how to draw PP by starting to draw PP. Yeah, exactly. Drawing PP shouldn't get you banned. That's fair. But also, Twitch is a service, in only the most strict definitions and terms. Okay. Come down here. Oh my god. Coloring is... I mean, personally, I think it's just learning how to draw the PP itself if you want to learn not safe work. I suppose that's fair. Just practice with drawing a bunch of mushrooms. Or like one of my friends who's like supporting my art journey, she keeps sending me references that definitely aren't like how to draw dicks and balls. Oh, it's probably a texture of glue. Oh yes, the famous glue. Sweat breath, yeah. Like the like artistic example of like how someone eats a corn dog, and it's like she's like it's like a feminine presenting mouth licking a corn dog. I'm like, that is not eating a corn dog. You are filleting that corn dog, my girl. Or like the two marbles in the bag for like how to draw testes. Testes nuts. Wait, no, that's. Do you think I could use? Do you think I could hit Pop Mut with that one? Do you think I could hit him with the setup about talking about pet testes, and then when he's like, that's disgusting, and then I hit him with the double layer. This is the brainstorming that happens when I figure out ways to piss off Pop. I'm I'm still like I'm proud of today's D's nuts jokes. I'm proud of it. I feel like he might have seen it coming, but it was very clean. Only one way to find out. I suppose so. I gotta keep getting him that TikTok content. There's there's an ongoing joke that I'm like I'm the person who gives him the TikTok like I'm basically his writer. Do you have a fill bucket tool? Yes, but I'm so like there's like a way to do it where you like select. Maybe if I like do selection from layer, delete selection. Oh, wait a second. We might be cooking. I think we're cooking. Hold up. This is so fucking handy, actually. Sorry for backseating. No. I actually sincerely appreciate it. Because it made me realize that I have access to tools that make this so much fucking easier. Holy shit. That's actually genius. Admittedly, I am going to have to, like, basically paint them all by hand, but, like... This helps me clean up, like, a lot of the, like, odds and ends. So, like, for example, these are going to be white. But yeah, like, that's hitting the biggest of them. But, like, no, here's the thing. My take on this is, like, my stance on, backseating is if it's for friends, I have an open backseating policy. The fill bucket is an MS Paint tool. How did you... well, here's the thing. I didn't forget it. I just didn't realize that I could use this layer as like a... Like, I didn't realize I could use my line layer to, like, separate these layers in a way that, like, allowed me to bucket fill much, much more easily. Because, like, I basically, like, I can do, like, selection from layer on my, like, light, basically paint layer, and then, like, basically use that as a... You know, like, that is the grounds, and then deselect from my liner layer, so that way it separates it into these paintable chunks. Which actually speeds up the process considerably. When it comes to digital art tools, there's a lot of conveniences to take advantage of. Yeah. I just never really think to explore them until someone points out, like, there's probably an easier way to do this. And this actually does a ton in terms of, like, helping me figure out, like, stuff that can make my life easier. Fuck. I didn't mean to sample that. I meant to bucket fill that. Fill your bucket. Bucket filled. Okay, come over here, sample the leather. Grab here. Fuck. Wait, what? So it's not foolproof. Try drawing a line first. I mean, this might be the kind of thing I just have to, like, fill in by myself. I don't know why it's doing that. And fill it. Draw a brown border. I mean, it's like a small enough space where it's, like, easier for me to just paint it. I also think that, like, because I am noticing a little bit, like, my suspicion is that when I do uncheck, like remove my selection, I'm gonna have to go back over and clean up the lines a little bit. But this does a lot in terms of, like fixing that space. Okay. There's that. Is there anything else here that I can do a quick overarching paint on. I can probably do like an overarching paint on the tail. I can do like the toe, the nails, the claws. Pokemon in... Oh, there we go. I was like, I saw Merle. I thought for a moment Merle joined. You motherfucker. Son of a... I am in pain. Well, come on in, Kai. Glad to have you sweeping. We should have for Kaimoon. I mean, I could get Merle in here. That's not me asking to summon Merle. That's mostly just like, I saw Merle's name and I was like, immediately like, new person, a new friend, a new hand touches the beacon. Is there a parameter to adjust how strong or weak the field tool could be? There is. I already have it set to the weakest amount. Kasa, if we get a shout out for Kaimoon. Kaimoon the raccoon. Very, very sweet bean. Hopefully everyone's evening is going well. All right. We should probably... And then this will be the... There we go. Salutations, fellow rack. Yes, more raccoons. I think Raxones are super cute, super duper cute. I'm a big fan of them. You know, shout out Starky, no problem. Always gotta shout out the fellow streamer beans. I'm definitely gonna have to go back and clean up these lines though. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, yummy, yummy lines I need to basically go over again. All right, hopefully I can bucket fill these because these look moderately like a pain in the ace. All right, perfect. Oh, which means I should probably fucking... Game, the fucking... I almost said games got jokes. Our program's got jokes. Pick your poison. Basically. All right, now if I... hopefully I should be able to paint fill these. Fucking... I don't think any of these... Yeah, I have to just paint all of these. I mean, it's fine. Like, if it's the minor details I need to, like, actually come in with a brush and fix, that's fine. As long as I can get, like, the broad strokes, pun intended, then it's fine if, like, this minor stuff I need to kind of do by hand. Just paint the loose lines. But, like, that's like, mildly more effort. And fill, but true, yeah. Because, like, because basically I would need to redo the lines and then, like, grab the selection from layers again, which isn't that big of a deal, but, like, if I'm going to do that, I might as well just, like, fill them in myself, because these are, like, not major elements. Okay. Well, good to know that I can actually do painting like that. What I might do is bucket fill, book. Just, it's like, it's not like that much of a difference. I don't even think you can really notice it. So I probably won't paint over the same thing again, but I will use it to fill in the eyebrows. It's a slightly different shade of... Nope. Fuck me. What the fuck? Oh, that's fascinating. Mario style is just extremely tedious, while I rely on a lot of tools. That's fair. I mean, to be fair, I think that's like that's not necessarily like a bad thing. I think it's one of those things like you know your tools, and I think like always said, I think it's a good thing that I realized that like I can do this is like it is going to speed up my process later on down the road, which is like something I'm wanting to do. I'm wanting to do art faster while maintaining the same level of quality. So like learning this program better, learn some of the key codes, some of the stuff that I can do, it does seem handy. Okay, so one realistic possibility. Oh, fuck me, I almost forgot this. Yep, that's the problem. There's your problem right there. Kaka kawaii. That's your problem right there. You see the fucking the line don't work. This does make me realize that I'm probably going to be setting myself to like a minimum of like a 10 pixel wide brush, at least until I can figure out how to do lineless art well. Why is this song gives huge Persona vibes? Is this a Persona song? Oh, okay, never mind. It's I think it's Toho. It looks like Toho. Nope, it's Toho. Okay. Okay, the lines don't need to be cleaned up that much. There's fuck. There's a little bit of cleaning up stuff that needs to be done, but fuck lines, honestly, yeah. I mean, the good news is it helps me get like the bulk of them. Line art's always the hardest for me. I don't mind line art so much. Okay. And coloring is the most fun. I have the other way around. I like line art. I think coloring is a pain in the ass, but coloring is going to go so much faster now that I know I can do this. Okay. So create selection from layer, create selection. Here to line work, selection from layer, delete selection. And now I should be able to, because you have to imagine where the lines are. Okay, I guess Beaver, it's like usually kind of like a steel color. So something like this. You can tell it's a camera because it's got the old-timey camera shit going on. Any other mods here so I can be right back for a snack? It's okay if you take a break. Hashtag no filter. Although I guess like you should probably be like closer to a brighter yellow. Because you are a light bulb. There we go. Starky is cute. Time to break the rules. Go, be gone. Welcome on in, Seth. What have you, Sweet Bean? Yo, it's the bird time. It's bird time. What's up? We're doing all right. It's going all right. I'm learning things about art programs, which means that I'm in great danger. But yeah, no. We are currently in the process of painting and learning is hard. It honestly, like, it's a huge. It is a pain in the ass, but like, if it helps, because this is gonna end up saving me like a ton of time. I was on the fucking wrong layer. Oof, whoops. I feel the pain. It happens. It do be happening. Son of a... Why? Welcome on in, Puel. Glad to have you, Sweepy. Give a shout for Puel. Puel's a super duper amazing talented artist. Go give him a follow if you're not somehow already. But yeah, we're learning things about art programs, which means I'm in great danger. I'm currently working on this piece, which is just a thing for September. Currently, I'm using Select to help me cope with the fact that I can't paint inside the lines. Yay, learning. Bird needs to return to kindergarten to remember how to paint inside the lines. I guess I can, but it just takes forever. Fine motor skills are a struggle. Cries. Oh, that's supposed to be a bucket fill. There we go. You got this. The food I got, by the way, is KFC mashed potatoes with gravy. Ooh, I love... KFC is like... It's definitely not my favorite fast food chicken place, but it works in a pinch. It's like if you don't have a Popeyes or like a Church's chicken. I personally am a Popeyes... I prefer Popeyes over Church's. So, you know... Send the frighteners out to get me, if you so please, on this night of September. Yes, This is currently about. It's Raising Cane. Oh, I'm a Raising Cane's apologist. That's what I mean. I've never actually had Churches. Raising Cane's is what comes to mind. I like Raising Cane's. I just wish the breading were better. It's like if you took the juiciness from a Raising Cane's chicken and added the breading of Popeyes, you would create the ultimate chicken. I guess to be fair, like, this is... I thought you said you would kick the person in the balls that would take you to KFC. Here's the thing. I would... No, that wasn't KFC. That was homophobic chicken. Chick-fil-A. I think you can ask for Cane's well done, which leads it to being much crispier. Interesting. I don't know if you have a Lee's famous recipe chicken in your area, but their chicken is based on KFC and is like 10 times the size, especially... Oh, that sounds amazing. I'm definitely like picky. Like, largely I try to avoid going to chains nowadays. Because like there's a lot of really good food out there that I want to like try everything. Okay. So my thinking is if I make the lens black. Oh, is this? I think this is the Merle version. I've told the story a couple of times on stream. Is there anyone here who hasn't heard the story about the time that I experienced emotional damage from this song? In high school, this was used to like extort kids out of their money. Oh my god. So in high school, basically between passing periods, there was there'd be music playing, and passing periods would last about 5 minutes. So during the first 4 minutes, they would play music. In the last minute, the music would stop to basically be like, "Hey, stop loitering, go to your classes." Um, the student council needed money, and so their idea was, what if instead of playing good music, they played What Does the Fox Say during passing periods at maximum volume, all day for an entire week? Because they're like, oh yeah, the people will definitely don't want to deal with this. It'll only last a week. Except no one fucking parted with their money. It lasted almost a month, and they went from just playing What Does the Fox Say to What Does the Fox Say, where they started slowing down and speeding up the song at various portions, and eventually, one of the parents of one of the kids was like a like pretty well off person who threw a couple of thousand at, oh my god, very playback speeds wild. What is the fuck? They try Trauma Edition? Exactly. Looking historical, thank you. So, you know, at some point you're like, okay, whatever. Like, all the students were like, whatever, we're just traumatized by this. Someone's relatively well-off parent threw a couple thousand at it, and legend has it that the German teacher there also threw a couple thousand, because even though he didn't have to walk in the halls during that time, he was still annoyed by it. So in the end, they did win, but it lasted almost a full month. And if you're wondering why I have trauma associated with the song, that's why. And I know for a fact that trauma is shared. I know for a fact because I went to a robotics tournament because I was in robotics in high school, and one of the intermissions where they were fixing the field, they played that song, and I watched in my teammates' eyes as their soul left their body while the song was playing and everyone was singing along. Oh my god, that was like the only thing that kept me sane. I like how the song you specifically have trauma with, and yet you still have it in your stream playlist. I don't have it in my stream playlist. This is someone threw this song in this in like the suggested song queue. Like, I just, like, I don't mind letting people throw whatever. Oh, that's what. To be fair, it's like, I think it's like the only song I have that level of like response with. But yeah, no, like that's like actually a core memory. Which wasn't the only time I ever, like, okay, there was another instance where I watched one of my robotics teammates' souls leave their body. Like that. Like my response when Buddy Holly plays. While we were driving to Worlds, because we managed to make it to Worlds, ourselves and another local school were like, okay, let's just share a bus, because, like, we're going to the same place. Let's save the money. And, yeah, money. It all comes down to money. The other school did a couple of things that made it awful. And one of the things they did was they sang 99 bottles of beer on the wall. Okay, let me explain how you get to Worlds. You get to Worlds either by having a really, really good like robot, or you get to Worlds by basically like winning the various competitions about, like, you know, like if there's a research project that's usually associated with it. If you manage to do well on that like counts towards the score. The local team consistently made it to Worlds because they were basically the consistent winners of like the cheer award, which means that these people were like, their robot wasn't bad, but it definitely wasn't that good. Like, it wasn't good enough to be making it to a Worlds level. Not to throw shade at them at all. Like, you got to do what you do to take those W's. So this is like basically imagine nerds but cheerleaders. And so on the way there, they sang 99 bottles of beer on the wall, and they got all the way through the entire song, except when they hit 5 bottles of beer on the wall, some godless motherfucker immediately interjects 95 bottles of beer on the wall, and I swear to God, I think one of my teammates was actually about to commit murder. Like, I could see the actual desire for blood in her eyes. She was so angry. And I'll be honest, I don't blame her. If I weren't responding to that, if I didn't think that was funny as fuck, I would have been in a similar situation. Oh my God. Okay. But like it was just one of those like I should probably keep an eye on. Oh God, the queue is already 21 minutes. I should have closed the queue. Shit, fuck. Okay, we're going like 10 minutes over. The queue's closed now. Also, welcome on the thing. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Anyways, so that's why I also have trauma around 99 bottles of beer on the wall. Is that Buddy Holly? It was Buddy Holly. All right, we got like 3 minutes of ads coming up. Go grab a snack. We will be here for like another 20 minutes yet, so there is still plenty of stream to go. Stay right there in your chair, or like go get a snack. Shout out to the ads. I mean, listen, at this point, it's like, because like I do feel bad I have to run ads, but Jeffrey Bezos has to make his fucking money, so. Okay, so there's that. There we go. Cheeto time. But yeah, no, like, if I could get away with running no ads, I 100% would. Okay, it's bedtime time for me. Thank you for stopping by, Jeremy Sweet Bean. Have a wonderful evening. Wait, no, the Cheetos were spicy. No, I wasn't emotionally prepared. Have a good night, y'all. Have great night art, for sure. You have a wonderful day, Sweet Bean. Okay. Let's try a little bit of like. I guess to be fair, we want to kind of like match the. I guess like this is fine because we're kind of going for like a daytime. I wonder if it's like worth baking some of this into like the line art. Yeah, honestly, in a world of sponsorships, I don't know why traditional ads are still being paid for. I guess to keep the service that they're based on running, but like, because like Jeffrey Bezos doesn't make any money from the sponsorship, so. I'm like, why does this look terrible? What is this? There we go. I was like, where's the music? We no longer put a sign for McDonald's at the end of a long stretch of road. We gave McDonald's adverts to folks who just ordered a Big Mac 12 minutes ago. Welcome on, guys, right? Glad I was reading. Unfortunately, I just closed out the song queue because we are already over time on it. There we go. Oh, shit me. Thank you for the save reminder, Elianos. This is the first save all night. Sad, okay, but hello, Science Bird. Welcome on though, guys. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Leave the stretch and the hydrate. I fucking forgot to save the entire evening. First save all night. It could be worse. I have gone multiple hours. Like, I tablet moment. Starky, no. Listen, there's a reason the redeem is there. I get to in my conversations, and then I rely on you guys to remind me to save. Starkey. Wow, Starkey, bad board. How the world do your fingers not instinctively press Control S? Maybe they did. Maybe they did, and I wasn't paying attention. What, dude? No bonk. No bonk. I saved. You guys want me to save? Just remind me to save. There's a reason that redeem is there. I haven't been here to bonk you back. I haven't been here to bonk you back to normal. Listen, for this month I am Snap. There's the only normal is Snap. Okay. I guess while I'm here, I should probably do the highlights for the eyes. Okay. I also know there's like this that some people do, where they like basically like lighten up the lower half. I need to figure out what I want to do with eyes more. Because like as it stands right now, I'm kind of just doing what I think looks good. Which I guess like that is the basis of all art. They don't beat with the club like people do with the snakes. The thing I do with eyes is just use them to see. Listen here, you. You're right, but like I'm mad. There we go. Oh hey, another bot. Kawaii. I mean, I think that looks good. This song is this my song request. What in God's name? It's not me forgetting what layers are. It's me, I'm the cheap viewer, I'm a cheap burb. That looks pretty good. I like that effect. Hey Starky, do you prefer redstoning, mining, or building in Minecraft? I prefer mining and I guess redstoning now that like I understand the power of it. What is an Emac? It's immediately reminding me of how Emacs and it's C minus or CX U and CX/CS for undo and save. What is an Emac? I assume that's like a it's like a text editor, isn't it? It's like what Vim is. Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's like C is control, isn't it? Because like I learned how to use Vim in college, and the famous thing about Vim is goodness gracious, the bots are unforced tonight. Good bot. Storybot absolutely killing it. But the famous thing about Vim is it's fucking impossible to escape. Because it's weird. Basically, you need to escape the text editor in order to give commands to it. And one of I see that tells me a lot, Starkey. And one of the things that one of the things you need to do before you are allowed to close out of Vim, unless you do it by force, is by saving. So like part of closing is saving. And there were multiple times where I had to basically be like force quit and then like reload a backup file that Vim created because it doesn't like when you do that. Okay. This is cute. I'm liking where this is going. It's not often that I like. Okay, I guess to be fair, I am getting better about like actually liking my own art, but this is kind of coming together. I guess to be fair, it's like the joke is that like the art always kind of comes together in the coloring phase. Is it just me or someone yeeted this? Has someone yeeted the viewer selling bot yet? Oh, Seriebot does it automatically. You're cute. Trust the process. Yeah, it's one of those trust the process moments. Fed the bot to Crisp. Crisp is very hungry. Well, to be fair, he's not very hungry. I do feed him, much to his lies. He lies. He lies. I do feed him. I promise. I promise. I feed the Crisp. There's a large part of why so many artists are self-critical. They see the process. Everyone else sees the final result. I rebound save buffers kills Emacs to F8Q. I put someone in a group DM with the last guy who sent me a DM about art comps, and they said, I told you I... A healthy diet of bots? Exactly. Starky never feeds me, I'm starving. What are you talking about? I'm legit despite me never questioning him. Not F8Q, F8... F8 close... F8 opening square bracket Q. What the fuck? That's a very specific command. Starky needs Starky. To be fair, I don't feed most people. I would be down to cook for people. I just never have an opportunity to. Let me check the queue. Make sure I'm... Okay, we got 10 minutes left. Why did I... You know what? I'm an idiot. Because I'm gonna have to just repaint that anyway. Starkey buys a bag of emblems to feed the mods for the next year. Nothing is left to the average viewer. Exactly. Money does not grow on trees, sadly. I wish I could pay my mods. But unfortunately, I don't have that kind of disposable income. There we go. All right. Starkey, I might have made a mistake in Risk Rain 2. I have 10 energy drinks, 10 mochas, and 10 hooves. So what you're saying is you move Sonic quick. Like, literally the speed of Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog. It's not even M&M's, it's expired knockoff brands. Exactly. Also, they're all, like, mint M&M's. Like, they're the M&M's that have, like, the mint in them. I also like to cook for more people. The first time I actually got to cook dinner for our friends, they were shocked to discover... Yeah, like, that's the thing. It's like, I like cooking. So there's this thing I want to try for Friendsgiving, although I don't necessarily know if it's a good... I don't know if it's, like, a good potluck recipe. Because, like, there are certain recipes that are, like, good potluck recipes, but it's the year of Shadow the Hedgehog. Exactly. There's this thing called salmon en croûte, which is basically salmon with a spinach mix wrapped in puff pastry and baked. It's called the beef Wellington of the sea, and I kind of want to make it for Friendsgiving. Maybe pour you a drink, enjoy this potion. Listen, I would absolutely share the TF juice. If I ever get a hold of the TF juice, I will share it. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, I think if I just bring it to the eye. There you go. I'll have to cook if I could. I'll eat it if you make it. All right, I guess that I know what I'm gonna be bringing to the Friendsgiving. Okay, I'm hitting the hay. My body's saying I've been up too long. Well, all good. Thank you for hanging out. We're gonna be here for like another 5-ish minutes, 6 minutes, like 8 minutes total. While I continue to work on this piece, I need to. Let me go ahead and, because like with cats, they got like. With these guys, they got like this thing going on here with snaps. Overall, it's been a lovely evening with Starky. Syncs in the playlist, 4 more songs. Listen, I enjoyed the last 5-ish, 6-8 minutes. Listen, I'm a professional streamer. I know what I'm doing and saying. I don't. Anyone who claims to be a professional streamer and know what they're doing is trying to sell you something. Because I don't think there's anything to know about being a professional streamer. Like there's nothing, there's kind of nothing professional people, like people who do this as a profession, can tell you to make it easier, unfortunately. Which is like whenever I get down to myself, like wishing that I knew how to, grow as a content creator faster. There's like a couple of videos I enjoy watching. One of which is what's it called? It's blanking on it now. Super Eye Patch Wolf's content creator garbage course, where he talks about like the nature of being a full-time content creator. And it does help me feel better that like no one StarkyMorph for a streamer. Much better than Tony Hawk version. Okay. Let's go and grab a brush. Can increase brush opacity a little bit. Or brush thickness. There we go. Whiskers. There I know like certain people, because I've seen certain artists who like to like give their whiskers continuity or like do something like that. That's actually not bad. I can kind of see I can see why that works. Just a little something to like kind of give them. Yeah. So that way it kind of like looks like they're three-dimensional more. But yeah, also it also just kind of disrupts the otherwise very thick line work I do. Okay, we're getting somewhere. This is turning out better than I was expecting when I came in today and I was like, all right. Let's do some highlights here. I'm like, I don't necessarily know if I'm gonna go full texture work or not. Like if I wanna do like a texture brush, I should probably learn how to do some amount of like cell shading. Just stuff like this, where it's highlighting and like it kind of implies you make a handsome snap. Lovely job. Well, thank you. Because like if you do something like this, it kind of helps imply three-dimensionality. Wow, a lot of stuff gets fixed by like adding lighting detailing. Guess I could probably like pour it on a little thicker, and then like use the whitest highlighting. This is kind of what I wanted to do with this piece, was like basically use it as a study for like lighting and how to make detail stuff. What in God's name is this song? Is this Kermit the Frog sings? No, oh, never mind. It's Waluigi. That makes more sense. It's Wafrica. There we go. Wow, that like line work stuff does a substantial, like it does a lot of work in making something look a lot better. It's just like small lighting detailing like that. It's like not even it's like at the level no one's gonna notice it. But like I I have to remember, I look at how fucking big my canvas is. I forgot how big my canvas is, and I'm like, I'm here at the pixel level. Oh, I should let me check snaps real quick. Actually, do I still have the snap reference? I do. What's the opposite of a crow? Good question. What would be the opposite of a crow in terms of like animal disposition? I know what I'm not gonna like try and figure out. Pigeon. I guess that's fair. Something that's dumb. Yeah, pigeon, because pigeons are kind of dopey. Who suggested this? Who suggested them, and why shouldn't I ban them? I'd say a mammal, probably. They're also white and gray. You make a compelling point, actually, for why pigeons are the anti-crows. All right, that was I guess that was the last song in the queue. All right, we'll save here. Thank you for coming to hang out. All right, let's get the outro playlist going. Let's get to the outro, and let's see who's live so we can rate out. Hopefully y'all had a nice time just vibing. I appreciate that we got to end on Waluigi. You know, it is a weirdly fitting ending, for sure. Let's see who's live. I'm tempted to raid Aiden Fox just because I saw that they were playing Hollow Knight, and this is one of my all-time favorite games. But it looks like they are still in their Just Chatting segment. Where I'm always like, ah. But also, who do we want to raid? It's been a bit since we've raided Ludrin. StarkyMorph. Let's see. Ludrin is on the list. I see Caliph, Cody. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for coming to hang out. I really do appreciate it. Like, I know that the like art streams can be kind of hit or miss, but hopefully they're like nice vibes for like, you know, to kind of like feel cozy and comfy on a Friday. I think we're gonna raid Ludrin. It's been a bit since we've raided in. Ludrin's a super duper sweeping, and he draws some absolutely spectacular art. Raid Miss is just gonna be let's do Lab Break. We'll use our default raid message as we raid over to Lad. Actually, wait. Let me check something real quick, because my brain decided to remind me of someone. Is Bernie Burr live? Not Art? Okay, Bernie is not live. Yeah, not Art, because we did do Art, but like also. Raid Ludrin Drago. Everyone, let me make sure. Okay, perfect. Anyways, if this is your first time here, I'm StarkyMorph, Big AKS Curly Internet, where I stream live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. EST, Thursdays and Fridays, 7 to 10 p.m. EST, Monday, Tuesday. Mostly I play indie games, however, will on occasion play games backed by bigger corporations. You know, mostly Nintendo stuff, although at some point in the future I'd love to do like Beat Saber and VR chat when I get my new model all figured out, which is stuff I'm still gonna have to figure out. But yeah, also every Tuesday and Friday we do art, so if you'd like to stay up to date with the art, drop a follow here. I also post all of the art that I make, as well as art that I get commissioned from others, as well as food pics and just general ramblings to my Twitter and Blue Sky, although my Blue Sky a lot more than my Twitter. It's just a nicer vibe there. Twitter's a little bit of a shithole. I have a YouTube feed to catch up on the beds there, see what all we've been up to, although a lot of it's just been art recently, and I try my best to upload every Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not the most consistent, I will admit to that. But yeah, all of it does get uploaded there eventually. I have a Discord if you like to hop in there, say hi to those Sweet Beans, see the course come to the Sweet Beans post. Which, you know, it varies from like really good art to cursed content to, you know, just good mornings, which I always appreciate the people who say good morning. And then I have a TikTok if you see edited content made by myself, as well as my editor Machio, although a lot of that is probably going to be brought over to YouTube and Instagram when I have free time. Anyways, I love y'all. I'm going to catch you Thursday for In Stars in Time. Bye!